Hi, my name is Matt Kosterman. I'm a 56-year-old white guy living in Chicago, Illinois. For the first 50 plus years of my life, I didn't think I was allowed to be here. Not just here in Chicago, but here, on Earth, in a body. I suffered from depression for most of my life. I smoked my first joint at age 11 and had my first drink of Southern Comfort straight from the bottle at age 13. While the cannabis never really took hold as an addiction, I drank alcohol for the next 20 years, many times to excess. In 1998, I began psychotherapy, and in the year 2000, I started on antidepressants. I spent 12 years on them and 15 years in traditional talk therapy. Meanwhile, I built a successful business, became a father to 2 amazing girls, and rehabbed an old house in a nice suburb. I did all the things. In 2010, I went through divorce, foreclosure, and bankruptcy. Fun times. After much flailing about, I got my head on straight in 2015, only to begin experiencing severe chronic pelvic pain along with fibromyalgia. I spent nearly 3 years in the Western medical system trying desperately to heal. In 2018, out of money and out of patience, my healing journey really kicked into gear after my first magic mushroom trip. The years since have been an amazing and challenging ride. I've traversed the physical and not so physical worlds and been fortunate to work with many, many talented healers. As a result of all my efforts, I now find myself in a place of receiving, contentment, and prosperity, the likes of which had eluded me for most of my life. There's a man named Daryl Anka who channels a being called Bashar. Bashar describes the process of engaging with a healer, that of giving yourself what is essentially a permission slip to move towards wholeness, healing, and right relationship. This podcast is an effort to share some of what I've learned and introduce you to some of the people and ways that literally gave me what feels like my permission slip for existence. It's also an effort to continue to spread the word that the traditional Western medical system, while effective for a great many things, is not necessarily the be-all end-all solution to every health problem, especially when the problem may be more spiritual than it is physical, as it was in my case. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy it. Please like, subscribe, and do all the social media things that help spread the word. Share these links with people directly in your community. It is my sincere hope that you and others will benefit from my experiences. I'm here with my favorite guest, Laura O'Malley, and all of her crew. I know you can't see them, but that's how it works.
They're right here. You can't see them? They're right here.
Right there. Yeah, I know. All in and around your head. So.
Oh my God, it's so funny. This is what's happening. So they're like in me, but they're like going like this. Hello. Like they're like, this is what I'm feeling, is that they're sticking their head out. I wonder if there's anybody out there, that actually is, has that clair and can see it happening. It'd be hilarious.
I have to animate that with some AI afterward with little emojis popping out of your head or something.
Funny.
So Laura's a conscious channel. She's not completely crazy, for those of you who are just tuning in.
Only part-time.
Only part-time. And I invited her to be back because I love chatting with her, and I love the stuff that we end up talking about, and I think other people do too. It's one of the most downloaded episodes so far of the 11 that we've gotten out there.
Yay.
So hi, Laura.
Hi.
And Laura's coming to us from sunny Florida, and I'm in gray Chicago. That's why she's even happier than normal.
I am happier than normal, definitely. It's ridiculous sitting out and working in the sun,
Yeah.
As I'm sitting there working on my manuscript, so many times I'm sitting there and I keep looking around and pinching, like literally I keep going like this and pinching myself and going, this is crazy. Yeah. This is what I've wanted my entire life, and it was so easy to get here. Not really. The last decade of work that I did, which allowed myself to get here, was not so easy. But in retrospect, as I think about it, like just the whole process of coming, it was like ridiculous how it just unfolded and happened. And
yeah, you're an overnight success that took 40 years.
A little more.
A little more, yeah. Well, you didn't start right away.
No. Well, technically, I guess I did, because right. I guess you start the second you're born, Or I don't know, do you start before that? Before that. Well, here
before
you
that.
go.
There's no beginning. Like
Yeah,
when I
no
was
beginning, no end.
no end. When I was a kid and riding in the car, we did a lot of road trips, and I always wondered if we were winning, like on the highway. Like, were we winning?
Oh, really? That's hilarious.
Yeah, I wonder if we're in first place. You know,
Oh my
and
gosh.
and then we would, the signs on the side of the road that say "Do not pass," and I was very worried because we always passed the signs.
Oh my
So I'm
gosh.
like, "What? We can't pass the sign? It says do not pass."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
kids are so literal, when it
if that
comes to
gives you
stuff
any
like that.
insight into my brain. Are we winning? Are we in first place?
That might be a boy thing.
It might be. It might be. So yeah, so I wanted to have you back and just chat because we touched on it very briefly in your first visit, uh, and this has been entering my field, not a lot, but over the last couple of years, this concept of Kundalini energy, which is an energy. And I know that your guides will correct me if I say this incorrectly, but it's essentially a store of energy that basically, the way it's described, it lives in the base of our spinal cord, right at the root chakra. And sadhus in India and the Far East have been meditating and studying for years in order to bring this energy up their central energetic column in order that heaven and earth can meet energetically. And it's a very, very powerful experience. I know Jonathan, who's been on my show, had a very powerful experience with it that literally flipped him upside down. I know others who have gotten outside of the Maya, the illusion of reality, and seen it for what it was. And there are people. There's a whole book on rereading it. It's called the Kundalini Rising, and there's about 25 essays by people who have had this experience in their life. And over the years, it's been widely misdiagnosed as psychosis and crisis, and treated with drugs and things in order to numb people out. And so the way I've had experiences of it, small experiences of it personally, both on psychedelic medicine. The first ayahuasca retreat, I was so blocked that it was all down in my root chakra, and the energy was just beating me and arcing my back. I was going into full, bridge pose involuntarily, and shaking and everything. And then as I've opened, I've experienced it move also very powerfully, but not all the way up. I had an experience in meditation that shook my entire body and became very psychedelic in nature without any medicine at all. So I wanted to chat with you about it because it's a personal interest to me. As we were chatting just before we got online, I think that there are going to be more people who are having experiences like this, and so I'll pass it over to you. I've been blabbing, and to just tell a little bit again about how you opened up into this spirituality, this consciousness that you're in now. What was the experience?
Okay, well, so my actual Kundalini experience, which I didn't know what it was prior. Had never heard about it. I didn't really know what was happening when it was happening. I didn't really know what had happened after it happened. I like started like Google searching, like what the hell just happened to me, because I didn't really know what was happening. Um, I don't know why it happened when it happened, but again, it's like the timing of everything that happens in every moment of our experience here is divine timing. And they're just giving me this information now. And as you were speaking about it, I was sitting here kind of in a panic going, I really don't know anything about this. I I hope they can answer all your questions for you because I mean, I've heard about it. I've read a little bit about it here and there, but for me, I was in a meditation and I was laying down. I always move when I meditate. It's very, very normal for me to move. And I had been moving, and somehow I wound up laying down on my back on a yoga mat in my little room, and it just like like happened, and I wasn't afraid. It wasn't crazy powerful, but it was like I felt it, and I knew something was happening, and so I think probably everything that I had experienced during meditative states um, prepared me not to be afraid, because I used to be so afraid of every single thing. When I first started meditating and I first started moving, I put myself in front of the computer and recorded it, because I was such a scary movie fiend my entire life, that I thought, I'm going to be moving and all of a sudden my neck's going to break. And I needed my husband to be able to see what happened to me because the ghosts were in the room doing this to me. I
Well,
mean,
you thought, I mean, at one point you thought you had a brain tumor
well,
when they,
that was in the very beginning when
yeah.
when the guidance first started coming through, and they explained to me that they were the source, and I didn't understand what that meant, but what it meant to me was God, because that's the only thing I knew that it could be. And I thought I was crazy, because why the hell would God talk to me? Like, I
Yeah.
was
All right.
like, I'm for sure making this up and it's a brain tumor. And that's what I initially thought.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But as far as this happening, I think because I had had so many experiences, which allowed me to learn to trust what was happening, to trust the process, that when that happened, I was in such a state of trust that I wasn't afraid. And that's unusual, because I quite literally was afraid of everything my entire life. And I'm not really afraid of anything anymore, which is a little bananas to say out loud. But
Remarkable. Yeah.
anyway, so I just remember like feeling it, and like my whole body was shaking. And I remember like getting a little teary eyed, and knowing that something had happened, knowing that something changed, not really knowing what it was. But I think that probably maybe yes. Okay, so I'll let them come
So,
in
yeah,
and
because
maybe
that was the other reason for to get on here again. We went through like a lot of your story, which is amazing on the first one, and so we didn't really leave room for your guides to speak, and I
which
would
is
love to.
crazy.
Yeah, you're right. Because
Nobody wants to talk to me, Matt.
I
Everyone
mean,
wants to talk to them.
I mean, you and I, we can't, like I said, you're like my personal autocorrect. We can't have, 5-minute conversation usually without them going,
I
no, no, Matthew, no,
know.
no.
I know. All right. So they're being very sweet to let
Uh,
me speak. But I'm going to bring them in and can talk. Yeah, you can just tell them about my experience or whatever you want to say. So what they'll probably come in and give and say whatever they're going to say, and then you can just talk to them.
Great.
Does that sound good?
That's good.
All right. Who's coming in right now? I don't know why I'm nervous.
I thought you weren't afraid of anything.
Not afraid, nervous,
Oh,
different.
nervous. Yeah.
Well, we are here. Hello, Matthew.
Hello, hello.
Um, well, we can answer any questions that you have about this. We can give you a bit of information about Laura's experience, her experience, and the experience of every other fractal of the God consciousness here, for the most part, is completely different. Each of you have come here with very specific intentions as far as what experiences you wish to have whilst within this realm. And the allowance of this energetic expression to move through or open up would be more accurate. Open up the system that you are living in, the physical system, physical body. As this energy rises up and through you, you are, for lack of a better descriptor, opened up for greater access. For you are all source beings prior to this experience, but the state of your expression, the state of your energetic expression allows or disallows access to the truth. What is it you wish to know? Well, I guess that's all they're going to say about my experience.
Well, I mean, if we're, I figure if we're really lucky, they'll tell us what the truth actually is.
The truth of you, Matthew, the truth of all of those fractals of the God consciousness here. The truth, of course, meaning that you are here to experience all that you are not.
Right. Yeah.
All that you are not, all that you do not have access to in the realm from where you originate. I'm sorry, they're showing me all these visuals. It's so funny. As they're saying these words, they're showing me visuals, and it's just
What?
how to explain it. We are giving a slideshow, providing a slideshow so that Laura is not bored, because often as we regurgitate this information over and over again, she becomes quite bored and takes a nap, and we want her to engage within this conversation. So we will provide whatever is necessary to keep her here. Thank you.
So
Matthew, let's speak about the truth, yes?
yes, let's speak about this. So opening up. So as it opened up Laura through her meditations, tell us about what this means. Opened her to greater energy. Opened her to greater flow. What's the
Check.
opening? Yeah.
And all that you are about to say, check, check, check. Opening to experiencing the truth of this realm. For as you putter around within this realm, prior to wanting more here, living within the constrictions of human existence, fear, anger, sadness, frustration, holding belief about how this world is, belief that is not bad or wrong. It is an accurate expression available dependent upon your own energetic expression, vibrational level, depending upon how you perceive the world, allows you to perceive the truth or not. And as you, as a fractal of the God consciousness, begin to open yourself to the idea that there is more to this realm than meets the eye, you allow physical changes to take place to your physical body, quite literally. And as you begin to shift energetically, your body readies itself for more. And what you refer to as the Kundalini experience is, from our perspective, well, from different perspectives based upon present vibrational levels, it could be a roto-rooter, or it could be a Well, they're showing me like a fire truck and a hose,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
and they're showing me like guck stuck in the hose, and the hose like exploding out, and the guck and the mud and the
Oh,
stuff
sure, sure.
exploding
Clear.
out. Oh my God. You can talk. It's fine. I don't care if I'm sitting over here. You don't need to keep me active in this. It's really fine. They're like,
So,
you explain what we're showing you, Laura. You explain.
no, I mean that resonates with my studies of it, and I will ask. I'm assuming that I've had a couple of these experiences as I described earlier, or
A
maybe it's something
couple?
else.
Well, from our perspective, there is but one. However, that does not mean that you cannot relive aspects of the experience over and over again. The allowance of the energy to change your present state occurs but one time.
Okay, interesting.
However, it is a possibility that one can call forth a similar experience, a tracing, so to speak, a tracing of. Explain that better. I don't understand what that means, and I don't think he does either. Yeah, talk about the visuals. It is as if the initial incident shifts you. This is a permanent shift. This is an energetic shift that is occurring because the energy previously lying dormant within the root chakra is released, and the releasing cleans, and also readies your physical body for more. And as you move through your life, as you experience differently because you have been cleansed or readied or opened or shifted or changed.
Sure.
There
So,
are so many different words that we can choose in or as descriptors for this process, and for some it is much stronger than others.
and it can be in the in some people it's spontaneous. It just happens. You were in meditation and it happened. Other ways it can be brought about would be uh, through serious trauma, through plant medicine, psychedelics, through yoga practices. These kind of
Well,
these are
from
the
our perspective, Matthew, it is all perfectly planned.
okay. So ahead of quote unquote time, it was laid
There is
out.
no time.
I would put it in
It is
quotes.
part of the plan. It is the initiation of the timing of infinite intelligence. And although there are paths which you can choose to take at intervals as you are visiting here, this path, this experience is determined by your vibrational readiness. Does this make sense?
So when a being gets to a particular level of vibration through whatever means this might be, this is when the Kundalini is awakened,
Released.
released.
Yes. The timing is dependent upon the perfection of the vibrational readiness. Let's just speak a little bit about this.
For the body to actually, the physical body to be actually be able to hold it.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the readiness for the experience. When you speak of the different experiences that individuals that you are aware of have had, and you talk about, say the words about, an example being that some have been diagnosed as having had a breakdown of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Again, from our perspective, from the perspective of source, and from the perspective of the fractal of the God consciousness of the individual undergoing the experience, it is one and the same. It is perfect. And although the following experience may be judged by others as something having gone quite wrong, this is not the case ever.
Well, yeah, and that's really the impetus behind having this conversation, is that it was judged as something being wrong by the medical community in our society, and treated as if it was a disorder, typically with strong
Yes.
drugs.
Yes. In the attempt to assist, for the most part, we find that in these instances, there is an intention to be of help.
Sure.
Sometimes it is helpful, sometimes not so helpful. But once again, all of you have come here for very specific experiences. And holding to this knowledge that every single moment of your experience here is perfect. It is an opportunity to release judgment and open to whatever it is that is occurring.
Yeah, so more of a spiritual emergence versus a spiritual emergency.
Correct. When one has an experience here that would be judged by those watching as bad, and perhaps may also be judged by the individual within the experience as bad, this prolongs the experience and contributes to the lessening of the understanding of the truth of what is occurring. Because the perspective being held is a lower vibrational perspective, meaning judging it as wrong or bad. For all that occurs here is not wrong or bad. It is a necessary piece of the puzzle, a necessary happening for the individual experiencing it. Part of the plan, part of the sometimes soul contract that has been pre-planned for specific experience here. All that occurs here is the creation of all that is, of the source, of the Christ consciousness, whatever it is that you would like to assign as a name for this energetic expression of love. All of it is happening quite intentionally. And as humanity begins to see it for its truth as opportunity for source to experience itself in ways not possible back home in the non-physical, it is quite miraculous all that occurs here.
Hmm. So the shoot, I lost my line. So we the beings that we actually are exist in the non-physical, and we choose to take on to put on a veil of forgetting what we are when we come into these bodies, in order to have experiences that we can't have in the non-physical. And
Well, the creation of this realm is for the experience of that which you are not.
Right, because we can't have those where we in the non-physical.
You cannot, because you know your truth, it is clear.
Yeah.
And you cannot pretend your truth away. This creation is a creation of source. The, quite honestly, most brilliant creation yet. Because the fractal of consciousness incarnated into physical forgets its truth.
Yeah.
And therefore has access to all that this realm of duality offers.
And the opening, because you corrected me, not the awakening, but the emergence of the Kundalini is part of the process of reconnecting our consciousness to the greater, to knowing who we truly are.
Right. It is opening a window.
Okay. And I had heard this, I read or heard somewhere described that somebody said, with regard to the vibration that we currently are as a collective, they said if somebody from 300 or 400 years ago were able to incarnate with us today, they would witness us as light, simply as there would be light pouring from us, because our vibration is so much higher than what it had been.
We love this.
But we don't see this, because we're all moving slowly up the vibrational ladder, if you will.
Well, it is challenging to put into words what is happening. The consciousness is growing in and around all of you that are here presently. The energetic expression of this realm is continually becoming more. It is never, ever, 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 ever stagnant, and it is never, ever moving backward, although there are those that would judge it and say that it is. It is not.
Yeah.
Because you live in a realm of duality, as the light becomes greater, as the vibrational level rises, the dual aspect within this realm senses this and begins to push back. We have heard many of those whom have come to sit with us and ask us questions, talk about this realm, using the terminology that it is a shit show. And we are amused by this, because as you focus your attention upon that which you do not want to see, you feed it,
Yeah,
you
see more
energize it. You see?
Mm.
It will never go away completely, because it cannot, for this realm to work in its intended way.
There has to be a yang for the yin.
Correct. But what is occurring is that the fractals of the consciousness are beginning to understand and have experience, which is why you have come to have experience. Experience is how Source learns. Have the experience of choosing to focus upon what feels better, what you are wanting to see, the experience you are wanting to have, as opposed to fighting against what you do not want. For there is ever so much more power within each and every one of you as a fractal of the God consciousness when you understand focusing upon what you want and simply redirecting your attention away from what you do not want creates the reality that you prefer.
Yeah, and I love that. And a couple of years ago in one of our sessions, you advised me, or Laura, somebody, advised me, don't watch the news, don't pay attention to the news. And it's funny because I mean, it was never a huge. I never watched the news. I would read the news quite a bit, and found myself, caught up in it. And there was a level of guilt, I think, due to the programming at giving it up, at feeling like, oh, if I'm not informed, if I'm not paying attention. But I have to say that my life has gotten exponentially better as a
Yes.
result of that decision.
Yes. Well, the intention of the news media is to keep you in fear. This is
Right.
the intention, and they do a brilliant job of it.
They're quite
For
good.
you tune in and you hear the stories, and then you worry about the stories, and then you tune in again and again and again in hope to hear a different story that is better, but it never occurs. No,
Never, never,
never.
never,
And
never.
so our guidance always is to turn it off, because it is simply reminding you to focus your God power upon that which creates fear within you.
Right.
And so cyclically, you stay in this fear cycle. You are challenged to get out of it as you continually refocus upon the story that causes the fear. One must turn to a new story in order to become the energy of that which you are desiring,
Mm-hmm.
the new story. You literally become the higher vibrational energy of that which you give your attention to. And the Kundalini experience you speak of assists the individual in remembering more often
Okay.
to look away when it does not feel good.
Yeah, I mean, it's gotten it's gotten to the point now where if I'm with somebody and they start talking about how bad things are, or that the world's ending, or what, it's like it's so dissonant. I have to just like turn it off. I don't. It's very interesting.
The more linear time you spend focusing on what feels good, the more dissonance, the more reactive the focus upon that which is a lower vibrational story becomes within your energy expression. It feels more and more difficult to look at, because you have been spending here now moments looking at what feels good, swimming in joy, wading around in the vibration of what feels good, peace, joy, love, calm. What feels good is what is desired by each and every fractal of the consciousness here. And the guilt that you speak of in not looking at the story, not watching the news, there are those that will say, you are doing a disservice by not helping, by not focusing on, by not fighting for.
Right.
But we would have to disagree.
Yeah.
Because you did not incarnate into this realm to fix the world. Because from the perspective of source, nothing is wrong with the world. Everything that is occurring is perfect for the soul experience of those here. Everyone has signed up for very specific experiences. And if looking at an experience does not resonate with you, it is your choice to look away.
Yeah.
You knew this prior to incarnating here. You knew that you had the choice. You knew that it was an option for you to look at what feels good and to look away from what does not feel good. But you have been taught by all that is coming at you, parents, teachers, friends, society, that you must do something about it.
Yeah, right.
And our suggestion is to send love in the direction of it.
Well, yeah, I was going to add, it doesn't just because I'm not immersed in it. I'm not looking at when I see things. I mean, I have compassion for people who are going through these terrible things. It doesn't mean I don't have compassion, and I do what I do what I can to assist in different ways. But I say to people who they want to be swimming in this stuff, I'm like, to what end? How is it helping you, and how are you helping them if your vibration drops as a result?
Well, Matthew, keep in mind that you are not here to rescue anyone who wishes to drown.
Yeah.
And we do not wish to make us such lightness of the topics of what you, in fact, view as disastrous. But we cannot go to the human perspective because, as we have already stated, from the non-physical realm, the truth is so clear. And so we cannot step down from our viewpoint and lower our vibrational level to the vibrational level that points fingers and screams wrong and bad. We simply do not have the capability from this perspective. Recall that the creation of this realm was intending to provide a place where source could experience that which it is not, in order for source to understand its truth, the importance of its truth, that love is all there is.
Right. And we're not talking about the love in the Hallmark Valentine's cards.
We are not. The consciousness is shifting presently to a realm where source itself, incarnate in physical, has the opportunity to come to this conclusion that love is all that is, love is most important, to come to this conclusion whilst still in physical. And this is quite different for everyone. Returning home has this clarity. But to choose to allow this clarity to flow through you when you still have access to all that stands in opposition, this is true enlightenment.
Yeah.
And if another judges you for your enlightenment, you have the ability to understand his or her perspective and send love in his or her direction. But it does not mean that you choose to lower your vibrational level to fight the fight.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
So you spoke earlier, you mentioned Christ consciousness, and I know the first time I read that term in one of Paul Selig's books, because of the negative programming I had around religion, it took a while to digest that and understand that we're not
Integrate.
Integrate. Thank you. That it's the being that was known as Yeshua or Jesus embodied this in this Christ consciousness,
Yes.
this enlightenment. The Neem Karoli Baba, all the great sages, Krishnamurti, and these people all had the same experiences in bodies. Correct?
Yes.
Yes, and this is the experience of Christ consciousness, of knowing who we truly are as eternal beings, but existing in this duality that we call Earth, we call 3D reality, whatever.
Yes, whilst still present here.
Yeah, while still in the body.
Yes, and this is what we are speaking of, for there have been many whom have had the capacity to do this, but the shifting consciousness now is opening to the possibility of so many more moving into this awareness whilst still here. It is quite an exciting time from our perspective.
And is this and so am I correct in stating that more and more
Yes.
people will be having these Kundalini like experiences or Kundalini awakenings, and this will be the emergence of people into this higher vibration?
Yes, but it may be something different now, because as you swim around in this new energetic expression that you call the earth realm, the energy has shifted so much that physical beings have been shifting all along. And so those that perhaps experienced this decades ago, their experience was severe. And perhaps it will not be so severe any longer, because
the bodies have already shifted.
Correct.
Yeah.
In every single moment of existence here, you are constantly and consistently becoming more, now and 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 so forth. You cannot stop this. You are creator energy becoming more. In every here now moment, you are thinking a thought. This is your God power, thinking thought. And so you are continually becoming more in every here now. And so as you become more continually, your physical body becomes more continually as well. For you are not separate from your consciousness. You are not separate from your soul, your higher self, your source fractal. There are those that believe that your soul is separate. It is not. It is you. And the thought that is coming through in every here now moment is either coming from your soul or from your ego.
There's the yeah, and and that's the final exam right there is which
Yes,
which is which.
quite easy to determine.
Yeah.
Although we have questions over and over and over, the same question over and over and over, but it is quite easy for when it feels good, it is coming from your higher aspect, and when it does not, it is coming from ego.
Well, so mm, it's I mean I understand what you're saying, but I'm going to play the non-existent devil's advocate. It seems like something that could lead to an addiction. The cookie feels good. The first one's
But
good.
you cannot, that is
Seemed like a good idea to have the cookie.
that is playing the game differently, because consciously, subconsciously, you have a belief system, and this belief system that is part of your energetic makeup contributes to how you feel when you perceive something. Okay, so here you are, this little bubble of energy totaling around within this realm, and you are full of beliefs. In Laura's practice, she often will refer to these as blockages, the lower vibrational beliefs, the beliefs that have been conditioned into you, the beliefs that are not truth. They are truth from the human perspective. They feel quite real, and this is intentional, but they are not truths from the higher perspective. And so the beliefs that you are housing within your energetic expression, which we would refer to as lower vibrational beliefs, that is wrong. These beliefs feed into how you perceive everything that makes its way into your awareness. And so here you are, this bubble totaling around, and something happens, something happens, something happens, something happens. It's constant and continual, unless your eyes are closed and you are going within. You are constantly being bombarded by energetic expressions through your energy deciphering mechanisms. Also, your emotion is an energy deciphering mechanism. And so you perceive what is happening based upon the vibrational level that you presently hold. And this vibrational level is influenced by the blockages or the belief system that you presently hold. And as you move around, you're constantly firing new desires, thoughts, constant, thinking. Something shows up and you think a thought about it and feel like this.
Looks like me with a cookie. Yeah.
Yes, but not. But not, Matthew, because it is exciting to see, because it tastes delightful. And the truth is that the cookie is fine. It is not doing a disservice to you
Well, the first one's not, but
unless
the 10th one might be.
you believe it is doing a disservice to you. And the battle that entails within you about how many is enough
Mm-hmm. You've been watching me,
is
yeah.
where the discordant feeling begins. Because ego reminds you of all of the fear that you harbor within your energetic expression around sugar and how bad, bad, bad it is. When you are housed in a higher vibrational frequency, when you are walking this path and perceiving with the intention to be as non-judgmental as you can, to look around and evaluate what is happening based on the higher perspective that all is occurring to supply soul growth to all those involved. As you practice this perspective, your vibrational level rises, and that which would be a better choice from your human perspective to eat is what you begin to crave instead of that which you believe is not a good choice, the sugar, because you become the vibrational equivalence to nourishing your body with what it truly wants. And so at this point, it becomes less challenging to be around sugar because you perceive it differently. You perceive it from the higher vibrational level. You perceive it as such. Maybe I'm going to have one of those right now. Yum, 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 delicious. But it is not challenging to stop because you are holding a higher vibration. And your body knows what it wants. And it wants what it needs, not what ego desires.
Yeah.
Does this resonate?
For sure. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And it's I think it's been, it's described to me as it's a spiral. I mean, I'm spiraling up. It feels like I fall back into the addiction, and yet it doesn't have the same hold as it once did. It's loosening.
Well, when you fall back into the addiction, this is also good. All of it is good. But it is good because it is showing you that there is still a vibrational equivalent within your energetic expression that judges the sugar as bad.
Mm-hmm.
It is alerting you that it is still there.
Got it. So
you want to be alerted that it is still there because you want to clean it up. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we must look like a bunch of little little bumper cars, energetic bumper cars, all bouncing around with little energy, little bubbles of light bouncing off of us.
Delightful, beautiful, perfection.
Yeah.
Perfection is in the eye of the beholder. It is all quite perfect from our perspective. And as you begin to hold the intention to perceive from the higher perspective, you begin to resonate at this higher vibrational level. And
Well, and that's when that's when the emotions like the shame aren't able to take hold any longer because they're lower vibration.
Absent. They become absent in your experience. For as you think thought that feels good, more of the time, as you learn to stand in your power, which is discerning all of the energetic expressions that are coming at you and picking out the ones that feel the best and putting your focus upon the ones that feel the best, you are feeding your vibrational self. You are choosing with your free will to feed this vibration to your energetic expression.
Mm-hmm.
And your vibrational level gets higher and higher and higher, closer and closer and closer to the vibrational frequency of your soul, your higher self, your source fractal. And this is what you want, because when you are living in this vibration, life is delightful from your perspective,
The human perspective.
from your specific perspective, because of your vibrational level.
Mm-hmm. And so the programming, if you will, the energy of feeling guilt at having more than others is an indication that there's a false belief within oneself.
That there is limitation in this realm, which there is not.
There is not, right?
But you have been
We've been told that there's limitation.
Conditioned. It
Yeah.
has been
Beaten into us.
correct. We were searching for a better word, but that is all that was coming.
Yeah, and it's I will say it can be a challenge to that. It's a beautiful challenge, but it's a challenge to shift that. It's been, I mean, it's a
But
life's
you have
work.
come here for the challenge,
I
Matthew.
know, and it's all perfect, and so everybody else says too. You're all are here for the challenge. Just
You are
remember
here
that.
for the challenge, and you know this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dearest.
Oh, is she here? Hello,
You
dearest.
thought that we were not going to show up.
I was hoping you might make an appearance.
Of course, we will never not come when you are present, but you are here for the challenge.
I know.
If it was all cakes and tulips, it would be quite boring here.
Well, it's like back home with you. It's cakes and tulips, right? In the imaginary sense.
Ice cream sundaes.
Yeah. Perfect. So for those of you who don't know, Dearest was one of the first lovely beings that Laura channeled, and the first that I was introduced to several years ago now. So welcome.
Part of the collective. Part of the collective.
We get all different folks or beings.
Yeah, it's this me now.
And now we're back to Laura.
Yeah, no, it's talking. I don't know. Maybe they're done. I don't know. Maybe you need another question.
Maybe I need another question. So let's go to let's ask them about one of my favorite topics, because it'll be a segue into some of the episodes I'm doing in the future, and that's about psychedelic medicines, and from the higher perspective, as it relates to the growth of human consciousness, how do you characterize these medicines?
Well, they are born of source, and so they are. It is known to peoples within this realm that they provide access to the truth.
And would you describe that? Because I would describe that as embodied access, and embodied, in my case, it was a knowingness of that there was more than I was led to believe.
It is, from our perspective, there are many ways to explain this, many ways to describe this. Some say that it is as if reality has been removed because you have access to the truth. Reality meaning the reality that you have known prior to the experience. But from our perspective, it is as if it is raising your vibrational level to a level wherein you have access to perceive the truth of what is around you in all here now moments. From the human perspective, there are what you like to call veils or a veil. We perceive this as levels of veil. And the veils are lifted.
It's not binary. It's not binary. You're not one or the other. It's this. Yeah, I get it. You're moving through different vibrational levels as you ascend.
Yes, there is so much that is present in your awareness right here, right now, that you do not have the capacity to perceive. When individuals speak of heaven, for example, and there are those that have a belief or hold a belief that it is a place,
right,
separate from this place. It is not separate. It is present here. It is a dimension. It is a higher vibration, a higher frequency. And even whilst you are in physical, you have access to it. Whilst you are here, using plant medicine, for example, is one route which allows access to lift the veil.
Temporarily.
Correct.
Yeah.
There are those that obviously choose to use these medicines in different ways from how they were intended to be used. Again, a plethora of opportunity.
Right. No judgment. It's all of source.
A plethora of opportunity. Free will, yours for the choosing.
And this man's interaction with these plant medicines has been going on for millennia.
Yes.
It's
since their experiential discovery.
Yeah. And would you say, in my case, with the experience that I had in 2019 with ayahuasca, that was Kundalini that was throwing me around like that? That was the powerful energy that was, or was that
Power
simply
washing?
Power washing, or was it?
Can you just answer his question?
So, like an energetic power washing.
We are fine with you considering it the experience and aspect of the Kundalini.
Great.
Does that answer your question? So. We are fine.
Fine. Yeah, they're fine. That's good. Thanks, guys.
They're fine with you thinking that.
No judgment.
So hold on. So he wants to know, was that a Kundalini? You showed me a bubble and a pin. They're like, we don't want to burst his bubble. From their perspective, I don't think that they think. I'm not sure that they're.
That's fine. No, that's fine. I'm just trying to clarify.
I don't know, man. I
experience.
don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
That's great.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't want my bubble popped either. So, how about can you describe, you mentioned, and this is for people who aren't familiar with this kind of work, you're part of a collective, like you said, we're part of a collective. Can you describe, for lack of a better term, what it looks like in the non-physical? What is the construct?
Well,
Your energy beings.
to put into words is challenging at times, but when you think the thought about what a soul is or what your higher self it is an energetic expression. It is one with all that is, because all that is source energy, and each and every soul, specific soul, piece of the consciousness of source energy is its self. Source continually is fractaling off pieces of itself in order to have experiences, in order to become more. For source becomes more as it experiences exponentially faster than when not experiencing. And so the collective that Laura is in contact with are many fractals of the consciousness that hold the same intention, which is to educate humanity on its truth, the truth of why you have come here, the truth of your world, the truth of your power, the truth of your abilities here, the truth of your physical being.
Mm-hmm. And you're doing this as basically out of service, out of love.
You could say out of service. We would definitely say because we love you.
Yeah.
And we understand that you are experiencing suffering here. And although you have come to experience this suffering, nothing has gone wrong. It is intentional.
Yeah.
You don't like it. And so, as the consciousness continually becomes more, our intention is to educate you on your truth so that more of the here now moments spent whilst you are in physical are being spent standing in your power, perceiving with the higher perspective, feeling all the feels that you desire to feel and less of the feels that you do not desire to feel.
Yeah. And it was, and Laura, the being that is Laura, had an agreement prior to incarnating that she would be a conduit, a channel for this information.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is not her first rodeo. Explain that. What does that mean? She has other fractals presently, different perspectives that are also assisting in this way, as well as other fractals that are contributing to her becoming more from very, very, very low vibrational perspectives.
Mm. Mm. And so
much
from a
suffering.
So from a 3D perspective, this could be called multiple lives, like past lives. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's all right now.
All happening at the same time.
So y'all are fairly busy up there.
It is quite miraculous. I was asking, show me. And they're like, no, impossible. We can't show you that. There's too many. I'm like seeing the inside of a clock, you know.
Yeah,
and they're
right.
like, yeah, not even close.
Not even close. Not even close. Darn it, you wanted to get a little preview. Maybe
it's coming. They tell me all the time it's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, some lucid dreaming. So what as people are, tuning in and listening, and maybe they're stuck, they're suffering, what advice would you give to somebody, to a human being, to move to ascend?
Well, we remind you that not all that have come into this realm have the intention to figure it out whilst they are here.
Sure.
Although a great many more are being born into this realm presently, holding the intention to come into this understanding and this truth much more quickly than those of past.
Mm.
But for those that are...
And the energy is supporting it because it's shifted so much.
Correct. Yeah. But for those that are, quote unquote, suffering, we offer you this, that you are a source being, you are a fractal of this God consciousness, and you do possess the power to rescue yourself from whatever suffering that you are undergoing right here, right now. The start, or the first step, would be to spend some here now moments thinking about something that feels good. This is how you rescue yourself from habitual lower vibrational focus, thinking thoughts that don't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you can carve out into your day 5 minutes, 10 minutes to revive your imagination and think about something, anything that feels just a little bit better than what you were thinking about previously, which did not feel good to you. As you practice doing this, during the practiced state of focusing on something that feels better, you are contributing to your vibrational level rising. Your vibrational level is rising more quickly as you focus upon what feels good, because the feeling good is the indicator that you are using your God power, your thinking ability, to think about something that feels good to you. And it feels good to you because it is a higher vibrational energetic expression. And it aligns with everything that you want, because everything that you want is a higher vibrational expression.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so the path to it is to practice more of the time feeling better. And this can feel quite impossible if your vibrational level is quite low.
Sure.
But that does not mean that you cannot begin to climb out of the hole. This is what happened to Laura.
Yeah.
She spent time not thinking about all the things that she generally would think about, which were very, very low vibrational focuses.
Mm-hmm.
And she was able to get herself out of the very deep hole that she was residing within because she was giving her God power away to ego.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking thought that doesn't feel good over and over and over and over and over and over again. In any here now moment, you have the power to pivot your focus to something different.
Yeah.
And if you schedule it into your day, it adds up quickly. This time, here now, here now, here now, here now, here now, time
Yeah.
of thinking thought that feels better or good. And as you sit in this space of thinking thought that feels better or good, peace, joy, love, calm, your vibrational level is rising. And
And
it
that's
becomes easier and easier for you to stop the habitual focus upon what does not feel good.
which is the other reason to stop reading the news, watching the news, etc., because this is linear time spent doing the opposite of what you're
Correct.
advising. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I used to think that when I read about, doing daily affirmations, I thought it sounded like a bunch of shit. And I believe it was through the work with Paul Selig and his guides that I began to actually put them in my calendar and have myself sent an email reminder so that I would read them in the morning. And things moved as a result of putting that vibration, the positive vibration through my voice into the world.
We believe that the most challenging aspect of understanding or perceiving or having clarity about this work is that it is not the affirmation. It is not necessarily the words that
Okay.
are doing the work, but the feeling that comes with the delivery of the words
Got it.
or the thought that you are thinking as you are speaking the words. And so you can speak out affirmations, I am wealthy, and inside you are rolling your eyes and you are thinking this is bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
But if you can instead imagine, allow your imagination to take you somewhere different from where you generally go, and imagine what it feels like in truth to have something that you wish you had. For in using your imagination for some linear time to feel the feeling of it as if it is already, this is the first step of creation. This is the first step of creation, allowing yourself to feel the feels as if it is the truth, and you cannot get there without your imagination.
Yeah, and perhaps I suppose I would describe it as the affirmation for me was the bridge, because people would suggest, make this suggestion, think of something you want, or etc. And it was a very hard place to get to to make that internal shift to that thought. So I just use that as one example of the many different things that the different things I've thrown at the wall to move up the ladder.
And Matthew, there is a reason that it is a challenge to get there, because you are not the vibrational equivalent of it. And so it is challenging to feel the feels when you are quite literally a projection of lower vibrational energetic accumulation.
Yeah.
And so take heart that it will take what you perceive as linear time to get there. It will take some time to practice yourself to a higher vibrational level. And the path to practicing yourself is feeling the higher vibrational level before it comes. It is the only path to it. You must practice feeling it.
In order to be it.
And as you practice feeling it, you become it.
Yeah.
Because you are creator energy.
Yeah. Right. Well, and again, it takes me back to plant medicines, because it gave me an experience of being at a higher vibrational level that I could remember, and it gave me a knowing that it was possible. And there's other ways. There's breath work. There's meditation. There's
Lots of
body work.
ways.
There's lots of ways. That just happened to be a primary way for me to short circuit the low vibrational loops.
We also believe that it is important to state that there is no one way.
Right.
That if it feels good to you, it is the way for you. Use your joy as your compass. Use your joy to guide you and lead you. Because if you are feeling joy, it is the right way for you. There are those that do not like the breath work.
Right.
We say, do not do what you do not like.
Absolutely. Well, it goes to Joseph Campbell and follow your bliss.
Yes.
And I think that also has been misconstrued in the media as not the media, in I don't know, how would you describe it? I had this sense that, like, it sounded great, but I can't do that. I couldn't possibly follow my bliss. That's
because
bullshit.
You have been taught
right.
Not to.
Yeah.
You have been taught it is not plausible.
And it's literally it's not only not plausible, it's the only way.
It is why you have come.
Yeah. Beautiful.
We believe that the challenge is overcoming that it truly is that easy. The belief that it truly can be that easy.
Yeah.
It was always intended to be this easy, but with much conditioning, you have been taught that it could not possibly be that easy. I could not possibly do what I love to do and receive payment for it. This is why you have come. You have come to be your joy. When you find that place, you cannot stop the abundance from coming. It is automatic. That which is like unto itself is drawn. The law of attraction. Be the joy, receive the joy. Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. I'm sure that you have other parts of Laura to go, other lives to go attend to.
We can be everywhere all at once.
I know. It's amazing. It's amazing. So thanks, you.
Guys. Wow.
How
Time
are you doing?
flies.
Yeah, how about that, huh?
Oh my goodness.
Did they have a movie playing for you, or?
No. I was listening. Well, a lot of this was new for me. Like, I mean, a lot of it wasn't, but it was being said in new ways. And they were showing me some things. They always show me things. This is a new thing. This kind of started happening kind of recently, I'd say within the last like 6 months or so, I think, where I'm starting to get all these visuals. Before I didn't. Um, so it's kind of fun. I think they're integrating me so that maybe I don't have to close my eyes and go so deep, because after
Mhm.
I do this, I do have to go take a nap because I'm so tired.
It's
And
drained. Yeah.
I think they're figuring it out how I don't have to be so tired after. That's what I'm
Yeah.
getting. Yeah.
Yeah. Paul Selig is big. He used to whisper and repeat, and he would get really, really tired from the energy coming through. And now
Yeah.
it's just straight. And he said he retains very little, but he's also not as tired
Yeah.
as it
Yeah.
comes
I don't
through.
know. It's different for everybody, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's
this is
great.
fun, Matt. Thanks for
Yeah.
having me again.
Always. Of
So
course.
fun.
It's very fun.
I
I
hope they
hope it,
didn't offend you
I,
at all.
no, if they haven't thus far,
I think they bursted a bubble.
they burst a bubble.
Sorry.
This means I have something to look forward to.
Always something to
Always.
look forward to. Yeah, the not
Yeah.
knowing is the best part.
Uh-huh.
I think
Sure.
that's the best for me, is I got to this place where I don't know what's happening, like, and I don't care because I know it's good. I just know
Mm.
it's good because I'm holding this constant state where I just know if this is what I'm projecting, then what's coming back has got to be the same. And so I'm
Well,
just excited.
yeah, and I think that's what's widely misunderstood is the fact that people are bemoaning the fact that the world is terrible and things, but it's like
Yeah.
you're creating the world. Like
Yeah.
we're all co-creating this. So co-create some beauty.
Yeah. Give your attention to what feels good.
Yeah. It's okay. You're allowed, right?
You're allowed.
It's right on the label. I give you permission
That's what you intended to do when you signed up to come here. But because you have free will, you can
Right.
do it any way you want.
Any way you want. Just, I got a lot of bruises there from hitting the.
We all do, Matt. We all do.
Oh, well, thanks so much, Laura. Always great to see you.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll do it again.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Peace out. Thanks, everyone, for
Peace.
listening.
Bye.
All right. Bye.